Hello, you're listening to Who Agrees with me, Paul Black.
And me, Kendra McPherson.
And as always, thank you to our wonderful sponsor, Iola. And speaking of Iola, we have a very exciting festive gift for all our listeners.
Santa's sack is full today.
And what's it full of? It's full of discounted specs.
Yes.
So all our listeners can now use our very own designated link to get 10% off all of the specs at Iola. So if you want to buy somebody a wee Christmas gift, you want to buy it for yourself.
Fill your boots.
Yep, check out our own specific link that's in our bio and in the episode notes. And get all the Merlots, all the khakis.
Mm-hmm. Santa's going to be specky this Christmas. I can feel it.
Santa's specky this Christmas. That's a good, I wish that fit more nicely into a hashtag.
We can workshop that.
Aye.
We can workshop that.
You're gonna be specky
this Christmas. Oh, that's
good. Enjoy.
It'll be specky without you to hold.
So it's been a minute, as they say, since it was just me and you.
We've not been alone together on the pod for a while, have we not?
We've had guests coming out our ears.
Yeah, I've enjoyed. It's a nice little remix, I think. What'd you say? What did they say?
We've had guests coming out our ears and coming out our hearts.
The fact that do you know what sometimes I find really satisfying, right? See, when you listen back to episodes, right? Like sometimes you or I will say something like not even necessarily under our breath, but the other one's already speaking, and it's so clear on the audio but not in person, and I learn or hear new things every time I listen, and I'm like, I didn't pick that up at the time, and it just looks like I didn't care or I just moved past it, but it's so funny.
It's like that happens every time I listen to an episode. That happened today. I was listening to a Patreon episode back, and it was I actually wrote in our group chat how much it made me laugh because I didn't hear you saying it.
What was it that I said? I can't remember.
Well, it's an
now.
episode that's out now, so it's when we were speaking about Wicked, and I was saying the Wizard of Oz it was basically Elf of Us real dad, and I never heard you saying this at the point, and you just went, dirty bastard. Dirty
Man,
old
I can't even remember saying
dirty old bastard about the Wizard of Oz. But you said it so quickly and so quietly, and I didn't pick it up till now. Well, actually, speaking of Wicked. So the other week, something ridiculous happened to me. So I got a taxi. I was doing a gig, right? Stand-up gig. And I got a taxi there. Which it was in a bar, right? I got in the taxi and I just said, all right, to the driver, and he said, all right, mate. And then he went out completely out of the blue. He just turned to me and went, so is that your way to see Wicked then? I was like, what?
What did you take from that?
Well, I think I was homophobically profiled because I was getting an Uber to a bar. Nothing about that suggests that I was going to see Wicked.
Yeah,
but I don't get it.
You see, if you were getting an Uber to the cinema,
yeah,
totally
fair.
get it.
That's what's and look, to be fair to him, I was wearing a scarf. I understand that may have led him down the route.
Yes.
Of thinking, but then I was getting on in my head and I was like, what makes you think I like musicals?
No, but do you think that maybe he was doing the pop culture version of When You Finish the Night in reverse? Because Wicked is so topical, right? I bet he's had loads of fares that day taking Wayne's and families and that to the cinema. I bet it was just on his mind and he thought, I'll ask this person if they're going as well.
Well, you're playing the driver's advocate there. I don't
Yes.
know why you're on the driver's side.
I'm
But
the
maybe
Uber advocate.
that could be true. But honestly, I did think, but he doesn't. I could be going anywhere. I could have been going to watch the football.
True. I do.
Could have been going to Diamond Dolls.
I do genuinely think that he must have just had it on his mind because it's like everybody in the world was going out to see it. It was like so many people went out on that day to see it. But also you were going to a bar, which he did know because he was driving you there. So when logistically would you have been going?
Homophobically profiled.
Do you think?
I'm leading.
Was he giving you that vibe?
He wasn't being unkind about it. He was wanting to encourage me. That's good for you.
What did he say when you said no?
I went, no, I'm just going to my work.
And he was like, good, I'm glad you don't
like,
ram it down my throat.
That was beside the point that I was in fact already booked up to go see Wicked the next day. Yes,
up.
so I was with my Glinda bucket.
I
was.
I actually love the fact that Bethany and Hubert, our friends, went to see Wicked at like 9:30 in the morning on Saturday.
Because she messaged me and she went, do you want to go to see Wicked? I'm going at 9:30 tomorrow. And I was like, it's a bit late. And I realised she meant half 9 in the morning. I was like, what the fuck? Me when it's a 6-year-old's birthday party.
I'm actually obsessed with that because there's a little luxury that I like to afford myself in the festive season, which is one weekend day I'll always try to get up early and watch The Grinch really early in the morning because
How often?
Well, like once every festive season. So once a year, I'll get up and I just will have my wee me day to myself because it's quite a hectic time of year. Yeah. And I think if I can just get The Grinch on, get a coffee, have my breakfast, just sit with all my bits and bobs with that on pre-midday, I will feel even cozier than if I watched it any other time.
Well, because watching films now feels like an achievement in this world of being on your phone all the time, that I think achieving anything first thing in the morning is great for
good.
Dopamine and get that domino habit stacking.
Yes.
Yeah. We've all read Atomic Habits. It's good for you to keep on keeping on. So I think starting the day with The Grinch, for you personally, that sounds like a great way.
Like I've already got The Grinch in.
Yeah, like ticked off the to-do list. Yes. Grinch watched. So, and then it's like, I'm only going to keep going from here.
I just thought that them doing that made me feel really cozy on their behalf. I just thought that's such a cozy activity to like be in the cinema first thing in the morning in the winter for like a event piece of cinema that everyone's excited about. I just thought I like that.
Yeah, and I need to tell you about my unique cinema experience I had a few days ago.
What happened?
Well, as you know, I just went to Amsterdam.
Yes, love that.
But I went on the boat.
Yes.
Because of my highly invasive surgeries, I can't fly for a period of time, which runs out on Friday. I'll go straight to the airport.
I know the fact you are is so funny.
So I got the boat to Amsterdam, which I've never done before, right? I thought, did you not think, because even Lorenzo messaged me saying, how fucking long, he replied to my story and said, how fucking long are you on this boat? And I was like, I'm on it overnight. Did you know that would be the case for me?
Can I be honest with you? I didn't even know this really was a thing.
Okay.
I really didn't. Apart from
even
I'm lying.
I sat here in this office with you and said, I can't fly, and we were meant to go on holiday, but we can't fly anymore, so maybe I'm going to Amsterdam, and you were going, you need to go to Amsterdam.
No,
I knew it then. Here, eat this.
I knew it then. I mean, as in, like, see, before you floated this as a possibility, pardon the pun.
Sorry,
I hadn't really thought about it as a way to go, apart from I'm actually lying, because I hadn't thought about it for ages, because remember, we had a brief dalliance and flirted with the idea of putting Dorinda on the boat to Amsterdam, so she could go on holiday.
Oh, yeah.
We were never going to actually do it, but it was a fantasy that we let breathe for a bit.
I think she would be better on one of the other routes, like Dover, Dunkirk.
Yes, you're right.
I think she would have been better there. Right.
But that was the only time I ever even thought of it being a possibility, and I've just never thought about it again. And then when you said you were doing it, I was like, that actually makes perfect sense.
Can I tell you? I loved it.
It looked fucking amazing.
It was epic. So I thought it was going to be like what was that thing called that used to go up the Clyde? Now you get a wee ferry, like that would take you for Yoker to Renfrew.
Yeah.
Something like that type of size.
A little bob and hovel.
The subway thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Size,
yeah, everything's quite cold and all the surfaces are wet.
I thought it was going to be that, but I didn't know it was a cruise liner. Mm-hmm. It was fucking massive. And let me tell you what was on this boat, right? 2 pubs, 3 restaurants, a cinema, a nightclub.
That's so good.
A nightclub.
What more could you want?
I couldn't believe it. See, when I got on, and then it was
That's
so good.
the perfect ecosystem.
And obviously it's better than anything else, because if I was still a smoker, I could go outside onto the deck and smoke a fag all day, all night on that boat, while I'm at the nightclub, while I'm at the cinema, etc.
And also, you're forgetting to state one of the best attractions that were on it that you revealed to me, which was the abnormally large air hockey table.
Oh, yes.
Which you could actually play with doubles.
Yep, you could.
I noticed, I clocked that real fast.
It was there was an arcade on it as well, yep, and there was a huge air hockey table, and Kendra was really impressed.
How long was it?
So
air hockey table, it looked so long.
So I left from Newcastle. We had to be on the boat by 5 p.m. I think it left at like 5:30. You arrive at Amsterdam at 9 a.m. the next morning.
That's decent.
So, but it's good because you just go to your bed. I know that look, you're making the face like it sounds shit. It obviously takes long,
and imagine you're scared
of flying as well.
If you factor the boat being part of the experience,
which I did,
and part of the fun, then actually not that
Do you know
bad.
what I seen it as going to a wee caravan before your holiday.
Absolutely.
That's the exact vibe. The arcades, the nightclub in quotation marks, the lots of claw machines. It's the claw.
Did you go to the nightclub?
I did, but not to like dance and that. But I did feel bad because there was some lassies there that got all dolled up.
Stop.
It made me really sad. Because I seen them get on the boat and they were Irish, these lassies. And then
what age were
I
they?
seen them, I don't know, they looked like mid-20s, maybe a wee bit older. Then I seen them a few hours later, all done up to the nines for the nightclub.
Right, you know what? I'm changing this. I'm flipping the costume around literally. Why does it make me sad that a group of women were enjoying themselves? Just because that makes me feel a deep hollowness inside me doesn't mean that's reflective in others. I should stop feeling that way because nothing to do with me.
That was good for them and they enjoyed themselves.
Exactly. So why am I feeling depressed about it? Was it busy? Was it a well-attended club? You better say it was well-attended.
It was well-attended.
Okay, thank God.
And also, but I didn't see anyone dance, but I also the problem was everything that was advertised in the boat, like the time the restaurants closed, the time the bars opened till, the time the cinema listings were on, was in Central European time,
right?
Which is an hour ahead of what the time we had on our phones, obviously, from getting on the boat until we were.
Oh, right, time warp, Job.
Aye, but they tell you there's about 20 signs all the way onto the boat saying we use everything on the boat use Central European time, so basically an hour ahead of what it is right now. So that only affects you on the way there, and the way back it's all makes sense. Anyway, I was like, so obviously my boyfriend started feeling really seasick and he was whitey in boots and all that, and I don't get that. So, and I was like, felt really bad for him, but I was like, end of the day,
I gotta get this watch.
I still gotta get this watch. I still gotta go to this club. I was like, end of the day,
fuck this club.
Don't point us both suffering. So I was like,
he's not going to play itself. Bolt.
I was like, you sit and you go to bed. I went and got him all the stuff he could need. And I thought, I'm going to have a look around and see what's happening. But no, actually, I decided to also go for a nap. And this time, a very brief nap. And then we woke up and I was like, right, fuck it, let's go and get some dinner from the all-you-can-eat buffet on board. Which, by the way, I got on the way back.
Is that included in the ticket price?
No, but epic. I went, let's go. I was like, it shuts in an hour. Shut in an hour. It shut right then and there. Because I was ahead. I went, fuck it, let's just go to the cinema then. And then they were like, oh, again, you got the times wrong. This film was already an hour in. I was like, great. And the only thing left for me to see in the cinema was Paul, Tam Anderson, Leo.
Oh, One Battle After Another. Did you go see it?
No, because I just watched it a few days before. I wish I saved it for the boat. But so I couldn't do anything in that.
Just as he intended.
Well, so on the way back from my holiday, I did go. I went, I'm going to get this watch. I'm going to get this experience. So I did it all. I had the buffet dinner, which was incredible. There was a wine and cheese section.
Oh, really?
Wine, bread and cheese section of the buffet.
Here, I want to go on this boat like fuck.
I thought, do you know what? I did think all of our friends, we would have the time of our lives.
Yeah, because you know what, right? See
and
what
it's
you just
duty-free as well, so you
there.
can get duty-free booze on board.
Like, everything we would need is centralised and we would just like manoeuvre around different stations. It means we couldn't really lose anybody. If anybody was hungover or too tired, they just go to their bed, which is only a stone's throw away, and all the fun's there to be had.
And I imagine you're like, I need to go to my bed, I feel rough, and then you have a wee nap and you go, I'm coming back.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know what was nice about it as well is like, there was, every time I went out into the deck, the cold of the night, I was thinking, you know, we've spoke about this before, about how visceral and how the feeling and the noise of Rose and Titanic about to commit suicide with the tassels of her dress and her heels climbing up in the thing and her breath and see it now. Like, why is that so? That's
the shawl with all the beads dangling.
I just know the Foley artist. Yep, the sound guy. In that. Yep, he was in the booth. He was putting his full.
Oh, I can hear it so clearly.
Into that because that was very effective. Anyway, I was thinking about that a lot, and I was going, oh. Women and children first, and I was looking at the boats that were above me for that purpose, and I was going, yep, if I was with some friends that wanted to do a bit of acting right now, a bit of role play, we could have done a lot of things on that boat. So I had a great time on it, but I will tell you about my holiday as well and all the highlights of that, but the boat back from the holiday is when I went to the cinema.
The cinema, quote unquote.
Well, so I was so impressed with the concept that there was 6 films you could see, right, of an evening on this boat.
That's actually quite a decent pack of
There's 2 cinema
listings.
rooms, so you could see there was 2 films at a time. So at 6:30 you could either go and see like the new Tron film or this film called, I can't remember. Oh, the Formula one maybe.
Oh, right, okay.
I wasn't interested. And then at 9 you could either see Bruce Springsteen biopic or the worst rom-com that's ever been made called Regretting You. And
I've not seen either, actually.
my boyfriend said, I don't care about the Bruce Springsteen one. And I was like, do you know what? He went, no, but if you want to go see it, we'll go see it. And I was going, do you know what? I was gravitating towards that more than it, and I thought I wanted to see it. But then I remember you said to me, the one of your pals had told you, like, it was good enough, but like...
She said it was a fine Sunday evening film if you were just wanting to go to the cinema, nothing to write home about. But I need to formulate my own opinion on it.
That's true.
Because I want to start
But
a fire.
I did think, genuinely, if I've ever seen a biopic and I thought, love, favourite film ever, no. I haven't
I
ever felt that.
suppose.
So I thought I opted for the rom-com, and by God, it was the worst decision I've ever made in my
Who's in it
fucking
again?
life. Dave Franco and Alison Williams. So Marnie from
bad?
Girls, I would assume, was really good. I think you might be confusing this in your head with the thing called Together that he did recently. That's
I haven't. No,
apparently
the
good.
horror one, I haven't seen that one, but it does look very good.
That's Regretting You. I didn't realise it's that Colleen Hoover broad.
Oh, it ends with us.
Ends with Dode.
Yeah, it ends with us MFR.
So there was, I meant to tell you this and I didn't even take a picture. There was a lorry brand in Amsterdam drove around that was called something Dode or Dode something.
Shut up.
So I've read, but it wasn't funny enough to be
missed
like
opportunity.
Dode.
Yeah, but we could have done something with it.
Actually, yeah, we could have. But anyway, I went to see Regretting You, and so I bought my cinema ticket from the desk, and it was like £8, €8. Fair enough, not that bad. I thought, we kept walking past the cinema on the way there because it was just behind 2 doors and it said Cinema 1, Cinema 2. And I thought, do you know what? It's probably like a screen the size of the wall, and then they've got some just like comfy seats like what we're sitting in now.
Yeah,
or something.
something.
Like a row of these, like a few of them wee table, you can have a drink. And as you've seen, I posted my story when I've actually got it was individual like office chairs. I can't even describe, but they weirdly like moved back a wee bit. They slightly moved back. They were like black leather waiting room chairs.
That's so chilling.
And individual seats with a big gap between them. There was about 20 seats in each. And if someone wasn't sitting in front of you, you couldn't see the screen.
Also, if you were to go
tier.
and see a film like One Battle After Another, which is very long, how on earth would you be sitting on an office chair for the whole duration?
So I had to sit in the front row because...
Could they not even do some couches?
I thought that couple of couches.
Just something.
Raised platform of some kind, because no tiered seating means you can't see it unless you're in front row.
You may as well
so
have been sitting on a fucking patio chair, the ones where you famously sit and have a fag when at a house party when people's parents are away or something. You know the one.
Oh, that's such a good description
you
of
know
those
the
chairs.
One.
But anyway, when I was watching this film, and I just thought it couldn't fall into more of a like trope if it tried. And there's a bit, and it made me think of you because it's like basically Dave Franco and Alison Williams are in love with each other, but they're married to other people, and then those people die.
Both of them?
Yeah. The people they're married to both die because they were having an affair and they were in a car together and they die.
Oh my God. I bet Colleen Hoover was like deserved.
Yeah. She. Well, anyway, they're in love with each other and they don't bring it up, but then at one point he just comes to her like when he's ready to be like, we need to be together, and he just goes, just listen to this, and then puts his iPod on and plays. He goes, you know the song. She goes, I don't remember any song, like as if like there's nothing between them. And then she pressed play, and it's the quote by Stereophonic.
Shut up! You're lying. And
then it goes to like a flashback.
Oh my God, that's my dream.
When they're meant to be like 20 or 19, but it's the same actors, and they're like frolicking in a pool, and it's going, thinking bad, thinking you.
Stop.
Summertime, think it was June. And it's like a pure big montage of like,
why am I getting excited?
CGI'd Alison Williams to have a younger face with a wig on that's just got a big swoopy fridge. And I was genuinely like, come on!
That's amazing.
I know, it kind of was, but
I'm back in the room for that. Now that sounds something I wish I'd written.
No, but genuinely sitting through it, and it was 2 hours long, and I couldn't.
So not good.
I'm glad I had my little something different. I just kept saying to Mark, it was something different.
Yeah, it's good to have the experience.
Unusual.
How would you rate that film?
I gave it half a star.
Half a star? That bad?
It was so bad.
What you just described to me there was at least 4.5. So I want to know how it dropped.
Yeah, but that took you about an hour and 45 to get to.
Right, okay, yeah.
You know, and it was a lot of
nothing good comes easy, hun.
I just thought it was just like I couldn't get over how bad it was.
I'll need to watch this now. I'm quite intrigued.
So, but that was the end of my holiday. But I did have fun time in Amsterdam, where I decided to go to a special restaurant. It was my boyfriend's birthday, and I thought we'll go to a nice restaurant, one that Kendra had recommended to me. One
that I to the high heavens.
Well, you even said in this podcast it was the best food you've ever eaten
Literally,
in your life.
Genuinely. And I am so opposed to, or really struggle to ever be like, this was the best thing that happened to me.
I don't think you're very hyperbolic.
I'm not. And I just never like saying something is the absolute best, the absolute worst, because how could I possibly know? But genuinely, if we were grading like best on like one that I can immediately remember as being amazing, or immediately like, this is so class, that restaurant, Madry, is genuinely up there for me beyond.
So I believed you because I trust your reviews of those type of things, and I think I would normally agree with you on them. So I was like, right, we'll go there. I went before it even opened. I was very eager.
Beaver.
I got there and they sat us in the bar while wait for it to
lovely
officially
setting.
Open. Beautiful restaurant. Mm-hmm. Lovely restaurant. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm in Madrid. I'm happy to be here. Something awaits me that's going to be very exciting. So I went in, eventually sat down. They had the thing in the menu that was like Trust the Chef, it was called. It was basically, it said 3 dishes. The woman told me 3 dishes, right, that the chef recommends that are popular right now. Mm-hmm. You'd already recommended me a few things. I sat down and I was like, it was quite expensive, I would say, for 3 dishes that I thought were coming. Mm-hmm. But I was like, fuck it, they'll all be nice.
Because when you said that, because I went like this time last year, I couldn't remember exactly. I knew that we got a chef selection one, but I couldn't remember exactly how many dishes came out. But I remember at the time, me and my boyfriend were like, what's actually coming there? Like, we weren't too sure about the numbers.
Well, the first dish that came to me was this put me, kind of threw me off because I thought, I'm not getting what Kendra got here, purely because the first dish that they brought out was green beans smothered in peanuts.
How evil so after my recommendation for them to do me like that.
It's a slap in the face to Kendra.
Absolutely.
And it was nice, and I was like, okay, that's dish 1 gone. And I thought, green beans is a full dish from a £1 million 3 dishes. It's not amazing, right? So and I don't like to feel this way, but the doubt was creeping in about Kendra. And I thought, maybe she's lost her mind, or maybe she had a relapse that day of a relapse. I don't know. I don't know.
Can't relapse if you ain't ever stopped, thanks. Not to be Charlie.
Maybe she had an off day, or maybe, I don't know. So I was like, no, she said it was
an off year, because I've been speaking about it at any chance I get for a full year.
The next dish will be better. And then they brought out a very, very spicy, just like mashed up sweet potato. I was like, right, it's good. It was nice. It was lovely. Still quite small. Bear in mind, this is 3 dishes you're sharing, so it's 1.5 dishes each, technically. And I'm going, right, okay, this is fine. Next dish comes and she goes, and here is the cauliflower wings, whatever, right?
They were lovely.
Because the full place is vegan, right? So we're out with these cauliflower wings, which I love, very good. But then I was going, oh well, Kendra told me about the 3D printed tacos. They're not here. Oh well, guess I'm not getting them. And I text Kendra and I went, look, this is what's came and this is what's happened, and I'm not getting these 3D tacos. And do you want to say what you said to me in that moment?
I was really busy at work, but not too busy to give this all of my attention. So I knew in my heart that this just wasn't true. I knew if you were getting the same menu as me that you were going to get the good shit that I got. So you text me, particularly the 3D printed tacos, which defy all logic or knowledge, and we still don't know why this happens.
I just remembered I posted on the close friends of Who Agrees, for if you're a Patreon subscriber, you're on our close friends. I said, waiting to get the 3D printed tacos, will review to follow, and I never followed. Sorry, guys. Well, you understand why now, because I was distressed and I never got them initially.
So I messaged Paul saying, you genuinely better get those 3D printed birria tacos or don't bother coming home. And then he didn't really answer that bit and just said, oh, gorgeous inside or whatever. I was obviously frothing at the mouth to assure him it was gorgeous inside. And then he's saying, brings up the green beans smothered in peanuts after all you've done for this place. I said, you're joking, no pumpkin foam, angry face, which I think is a completely...
I didn't get the pumpkin foam.
Oh my God, it was so good as well. And you said no, and second one, peanut as well. And then I'm still trying to defend them, going, I told them about my allergy at the start of the meal, so that's probably why I didn't get that. And then you said, well, final dish, which obviously alarm bells were ringing. Yeah. Final dish, cauliflower wings. Didn't get any tacos, so the 3D printed will have to wait till maybe next year. I said, I'm going to kill myself. I'm genuinely devastated. If you are still hungry, just ask for them. Please, I am begging. Bear in mind, this is about a dish that I am not there to enjoy. So then Paul starts sending me a screed of... They're not lies because this is how he felt at the time. He was saying how expensive it was for 3 dishes. They were all gorge and I am full, but I might just say to them, please, can I speak with the 3D printer? I said, this can't be true, and in my heart I still knew it wasn't true. And then this is when things changed.
They heated up because and I'll be honest, I was almost wrongfully, but I was annoyed at Kendra in my head. I think subconsciously I was thinking, could she do this to me?
Well, you actually said Kendra I was being demure. What he meant was two-faced. Demure, he meant fake.
It was, because I didn't mean that.
Tell them, Paul.
And then anyway, I'm sitting there and I actually am getting fuller as the time goes past, despite not eating more. And I'm going, do you know what? Fair enough. I went, wouldn't he be back? I was going to my boyfriend. He was going, it was good. I was all right. Like, it was nice enough. Everything was nice, but not really worth it. Blah, blah, blah. We're like, don't know what the fuck's wrong with Kendra. She's a fucking psychopath. We're doing all that back and forth. We'll probably go to block her and all that. And then, out of nowhere, the woman comes over. And also, everyone was fucking American in Amsterdam everywhere I went.
Do you not just think they've just got mad transatlantic accents?
I don't know if it's that or there's lots of international students, because it could be that. But she was literally... Because the second dish was so spicy, we kept asking for more water, and then this girl came back and she went, wow, y'all are drinking about the water, and I was like, fucking shut up. I wanted to say annoyed to my friend back home. Y'all are drinking, huh? Anyway, and then she comes over, my American, she goes, and okay guys, here we go, our next dish. She brought out a taco that still wasn't the 3D printed taco, and I went, oh, hold on, we're getting another dish here. Ate some delicious type of taco. I thought, do you know what, right, we've had it now. I still haven't had the 3D printed one. Then she comes again and goes, here's your 3D printed taco. And let me tell you, everything was incredible. And see, looking back, as a 5 dish thing, worth it.
Worth it. So worth it.
Good.
Beyond.
And then we got a dessert.
The dessert was nice, wasn't it?
We got a dessert and it was gorgeous. So well done, everybody.
Well, it was. I knew you would get there in the end.
But y'all are drinking, huh?
The 3D printed birria taco is just... I need it up my ass.
Oh, I meant to say to you, I seen something the other day, I don't know where, but it was someone saying about how they don't eat processed chicken because they say something's 3D printed, which suggests it's really bad quality and fake. But I suppose maybe if that's actual chicken.
Well, an opposite day in that restaurant.
Yeah. But anyway, that was the highlight, man, our Amsterdam trip. Well, there was lots of things. Do you know, this was my second time going to Amsterdam, and I still didn't go to Anne Frank's house.
What the
Sorry, Kendra.
fuck?
I went there and thought, how can I let Kendra down?
I can't believe you didn't go.
Because I didn't book it, and I thought, oh, it'll be... You know what I mean?
Paul, you really, really should have went.
I know.
If you want to go again in your life, though, you know who to call. I'll go again.
And did you write... you wrote she would have been a candy pie.
Yeah. And then I ran away from the house because I was so scared that someone would say I was being disrespectful.
Well, there was so many Scottish
if anybody
people
knew me,
that could have happened.
I would never be disrespectful about Anne.
No,
but I did
hero.
leave quick once I'd written in the book because I was a bit nervous that it was going to be a Justin Bieber type situation. Yeah. I didn't really want to take.
But there could
heat.
have been a Scottish person right behind you.
I know, that's why I ran away fast.
Because trust me, Celtic were playing when I was there, so there was lots of Scottish people everywhere I turned. Walking down the street, bumping into Scottish people.
But you could have seen the famous pencil drawing of sexy Hollywood version of Anne Frank in real life.
I forgot. How could I forget?
Anne in Hollywood, literally, with her legs crossed over the Hollywood sign.
That's so
what could
funny.
have been.
That is so funny.
Well, I wrote you would have been a candy pie at Judy Garland's Hollywood grave.
Wait, you wrote on it?
I did Kendra's line, but in Judy Garland's gravesite.
Where was that?
At the Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
Sorry, that's so good. Where else can we write it? We need to think of so many places to write
Do you
it.
remember? I love it. And I bring it up. Probably have said it at the podcast. Eliza Minnelli, but in Family Guy, when she appears, it's just massive. And she just goes, "You love me now, Mama. You love me now, Mama." That's what I was thinking of there.
Oh.
But listen, also in Amsterdam, as I post on Instagram, you might have seen, I was so relieved to be there, not having edible and just psychosis.
Of course.
It just made everything so much better.
Most of the time it tends to.
See, when you take the drug, psychosis out of the situation, always better.
Absolutely.
And I thought beautiful gowns, beautiful
That's how
canals.
I felt when I was in Copenhagen recently, because
Aye.
the first time I went, I didn't have drug-induced psychosis, but I had I was misapprehended by an edible, and it turned my head. It turned my head into 2,700 stone, and I could not move my head.
See, when you say
which
that,
ruined the holiday.
it's such an accurate description of how that feels when you say your head's 100 stone.
Like
you
I
said
can't.
that,
Like I hate it. I wasn't
you get that
para.
as well. Sometimes when you're drunk, it's like your head just.
I'm weighed down. I'm totally weighed down. I'm totally crushed right now. Like I can't hold my head up.
Sorry, I'm just thinking about an image. I think so. When I was coming back from Amsterdam, all my friends went to a kind of impromptu trip to the pub on Friday, and I was going, "Oh, that looks like a fun time."
Oh yeah, I just said like I wasn't there.
Yeah, you were part of that. It's the reason I'm telling the story.
Yeah, I remember now.
And then it wasn't until the next day I seen. I don't even know how to describe it. Footage of a bunch of our friends. Found footage. And now when you take a picture, but then if it's a live photo, you click it and you get a little snippet of the
like
audio of what was
and
happening.
movement.
And it was like a bunch of our friends taking a selfie together. And then when they press the live photo, you just see Kendra appearing from like at least 100 meters in the background. You can just see her. And it's like outside, dark, rainy. They'd all got their jackets, scarves, hats on, and Kendra just appears 100 meters away in the background of the photo with no jacket on, storming towards them and goes, "Excuse me, what's going on?" And I was like, "What the fucking hell is
I was
happening?"
given, you know that meme where it's like the like silhouette of a little person in the doorway saying, "Mum, I've been sick." Or the leprechaun meme. So I don't understand why it was so funny, right? I didn't at the time realise how much of a joke it was going to become for the next day. Basically what happened was I went to the toilet in the pub, right? And it was last orders and we were already kind of running over that. So all our pals went out onto the street, but it was actually pissing it down with rain. All our pals went out on the street. When I came out the toilet, everyone was gone and so was my jacket. So I was like, what the fuck? Where is everybody? So because I was like approaching that level of drunk where you think there's a problem but there's not, in my brain, I thought, what the fuck is going on? Like, what are you doing? Like, somehow it was someone else's misgivings towards me when it obviously wasn't. So I burst out the pub doors, burst out the saloon doors, and literally in the pissing down rain, I seen them and heard them in the distance, and I literally stormed over, which was then documented on camera, which I wasn't ready to have documented, sans jacket in the pissing rain to demand answers. And then how funny is this immediate response from our friend Bethany, seeing me in that state? She went, back when I was walking towards her
to go and get your jacket.
Yeah, so then I went back to get my jacket, and thankfully my boyfriend had my jacket, who was also in the bathroom. So he was like, "Where are you? And what the fuck are you doing running about outside without your jacket?" So then it doesn't even sound funny at all, but the next day
visual.
it was followed up by so many different stills and frames of me walking out the pub with no jacket in the rain, accompanied by David by Lord playing over it.
We'll post the footage on our
Post the footage, because I don't know, it's so hard to describe why it's so funny, but it was.
It was genuinely like I can't. You just need to see it to believe.
Yeah,
I
I don't know why it's funny, but it is.
I was sad to miss it because I feel like impromptu nights at the pub are always the best, and I'm so sad I missed it.
Well, you know what? It actually was because I didn't really have any plans, and then me and David were like, "Oh, well, we go to Lunar for like a wee cocktail," because we'd never been together before. So we went to Lunar, and then we ended up going to Made from Grapes, and I had the nicest. How good does this sound? I don't know if you'll think it sounds good, but it's so good. What do you think I'm going to say?
An orange wine.
obviously I had that, but it's a bar snack.
Oh, bit of feta, bit of sriracha, fried off it, bit of spinach,
garlic,
and then a wee mung bean.
No, I know mung beans. I don't have them. Dung beetle
Oh,
beans.
sorry, the only bean.
No, it was a bean though. It had some wee
butter bean. I seen it on your story.
You seen it, didn't you? But what it had was, it was like the butter beans were in like a garlic infused olive oil with lemon zest over and loads of Maldon salt, and it was just delicious. So we're having a really nice, lovely time, and
I'll be going to check that out.
It was really good, Paul. You would like it. There was loads
Where
of
was it?
It's on Nistale Road, made from grapes. It's a wine,
made from grapes,
like a wine shop during the day, and then they make it a wine bar at night. But they were doing mains that smelled and looked great as well. But we just wanted a wee sweet niblet, so I would definitely go.
I'd go for it because I don't take a butter bean normally, but that looked really
nice
good.
Bread and all that as well. It was lovely. So then, though, that part of our desires were satisfied, and then I heard about the £13.95 Venom jugs happening just across the way.
And you thought it's time to switch it up.
Let's switch this vibe up. So we went there, and I drank. What's 3 divided by 2? 1.5. I drank 1.5 jugs of Venom in the space of about 2 hours. Then took myself to another pub. Well, obviously I got there the way that we just described.
Sans jacket.
I had a few drinks in there, and then we went back to our friend Lauren's, and I had more drinks in there.
Oh.
So I drank quite a lot.
How do you think if you were to pour 1.5 jugs of Venom into pint glasses, how many Venoms is that? Like 4, 5? Because that's too many, Kendra. And not a way that I'm trying to control what you do.
Everyone was doing the same.
Because if you want to drink that many Venoms, you're begging to shit yourself non-stop.
Yeah, I know.
That's what you're begging for.
I actually didn't really shut it up, but I projectile vomited 2 times the next day.
I would expect that, because that is not, there's too much orange juice.
But it was
Imagine
weird.
you went, today I'm going to have 5 pints of orange juice.
I know, it's actually nuts.
You would be stopped.
It's begging for ring sting. But it was weird, this hangover, because I got up and did the plans that I was supposed to do effectively.
Yeah.
And then what I did, which was a crucial error, and I've no idea why I did it, I thought I was all right, and I started drinking an iced coffee, and I think that is just too disruptive on the stomach when you're on the precipice of a vomit. I did it, and then I had to go up the road and just honk it up for the rest of the day.
I just think, see, nowadays I'm finding a coffee difficult.
What?
I feel like having a full iced coffee, only an iced coffee, right? Having a full iced coffee, I just can't do it the way I used to.
What happens
to
you?
I don't know, it makes me feel a bit like, it's just too much milk. I think it's iced latte. I think I've gone off lattes. Too much. Oh, who cares? I think, you guys, I think I've gone off lattes. What the hell?
Trying to get a viral clip here.
Fucking shut up, man. I'm looking in the mirror and saying, fucking shut up.
Oh, but the fact that I was sitting listening to you completely in earnest there shows that I am
I just
actually
had to
part of the
catch
problem.
myself and think, who gives a fuck?
I care, Paul.
No, I don't care. That's the problem.
I care. No, you don't care too much, but I still care. David! Whoa!
Oh, wait, can I say one last thing
Of course
about
you can.
Amsterdam? Not about my lattes. Guy, anyone else just such a cappuccino
So
girly these
fucking
days?
over lattes.
Um,
Beyond.
Do you know what?
Totally on cold brew. Lattes are so deep.
That's what I wanted to tell you. So
What?
in Amsterdam, I went to a lovely place where I got a Brussels sprout salad.
Why are you not send picture?
Because I didn't take one. But Mark posted a picture of our. It was a place that just sells soup and salads, right?
Nice,
It's the Dutch sprig, if you will.
Yes.
And can I just say this? I really felt relaxed in the Netherlands because I feel like I can trust Dutch people. And can I tell you for why? I think because every time they speak, it sounds like the voice that lets me know when it's time to safely get off a ride at the Heimbrew Carnival. Because they go,
That's good.
push safety bars and exit to the left. I was having a great time in Amsterdam because I thought, I know you.
Yeah,
That's a familiar voice. Everywhere I went,
you ken the felly.
I was like, I heard you on the Mexican wave.
I had you on the sticky wall.
I've never been on the sticky wall.
Me neither, and I
get
never
barred.
fucking ever will.
Anyway, soup place. I got a Brussels sprout salad.
Oh,
and it
nice.
Was
what was
fucking amazing.
it all
And there was
comprised of?
yellow beetroot, which doesn't sound real to me.
Ooh.
a yellow beetroot, a Brussels sprout with sesame. Oh, just fucking brilliant. You would have loved it.
I love Brussels sprouts
and
so
I tell you
much.
what I did, I got pissed off. I went on this like boat tour at night where it shows you all these lights. Light tour it's called, I believe.
Oh, I went on that.
Did you go on that?
Yeah, I went on that.
Was it unlimited drinks and with
Yes,
snacks?
cheese and wine.
Oh no,
We got cheese and wine. What did you get?
Not that.
What did you
I
get?
got a Stroopwafel in a packet that was a Stroopwafel waffle for ants.
Ants, I knew you were going
It
to say
was
that.
this size, right? And it said unlimited drinks.
Waffle for ants.
Episode title, please.
No.
Please, I've not made you call something. It's a Stroopwafel for ants. I got that, and I was like, okay, snack is, but they were vague. They said, because now we spoke about this recently, but it's like something. It's like scuba diving with wine,
Yeah.
or like with light bite.
Yeah.
So it said with snack. Like, this would not satisfy anyone, this strip
And
waffle.
there was alcohol with it as well.
Well, unlimited alcohol
Nice.
and unlimited teas and coffees, right? That's what we heard. And hot chocolates. But so I'm like, do you know what? Fucking sounds good. And you know, as I like to say every time I'm boozing, I'm not a big boozer.
Yeah,
Don't
you
booze
love
off.
to quantify
I was
every
literally,
time.
and after a
you were like, I just don't really like a drink.
I literally did.
That's honest to
After a
you.
gig, that stand-up gig I was talking about with the Wicked Gate, I went to Queen's Park Cafe after, and I was literally holding an empty Guinness glass, and I was saying to someone, I don't drink. I was like, I just don't take
It's,
a drink.
it's honestly
it's
the
a fully
biggest
empty Guinness in my
exercise
hand.
and gaslighting you've ever experienced drinking with Paul Black, because he will be blind drunk and be telling
don't
you he
take a
hates
drink.
drinking.
I
But, it's
do
what,
though.
no, but what you mean though is that you are not this way often.
Yeah.
That's what you mean to say. You mean to say, I do not do this regularly.
But it does make me feel like an alien sometimes, because see, when I'm on holiday, it's the most time to get a booze, and see, when I don't want to do that, I'm going, I should want
This
to do
is my
this.
time, yeah, but you shouldn't have to. You
But-
don't need to.
So I thought, do you know what? I'll get unlimited booze on this boat, and if I don't feel that, I'll get teas. I'll have loads of cups of tea.
Mm-hmm.
Got on the boat straight away. Oversold, let's say that.
Oh, really?
Oversold, to put it lightly. They go, it's our first day doing this.
Oh,
Great.
wait, I mustn't have went on that one
And
then.
well, it wasn't, because there was no wheeze and chine.
Oh.
Chine and wheeze.
Wheeze and chain. Wheeze and chain.
Cheese and wine. No, it was.
Louise and Jane.
And then we immediately, because it was oversold, they push you on, they go, move up, move up. We happened to get the worst seats in the boat, pretty much. So there was for me, the driver should be at the front, but he wasn't. He was in the middle of this bit, right? So, like, my knees were, like, touching
Like
the
a
driver
boiler
of the
room
boat.
set.
It was literally, it reminded me of, you know, again, being on the boat reminds me of when Jack's tied to the pipe.
Oh, yes.
That's another one where the sound
Yeah,
signer
the
went off.
clanging, clang, clang, clang.
And she has to wade through the water and smash it with an axe.
Lovely
That was-
dress, beautiful gown
Yeah,
she has
and
on
it's
then.
nice and floaty. Anyway, that was me in the boat on the river, because I was like, my knees were all up to this man who was driving it, and there was people all around, like, we're sitting around the side. Anyway, the unlimited drinks table, other end of the boat. You're not allowed to stand up the full time. If you want a drink, they'll go and get you.
Right.
They only offer you every so often. So you need to say, excuse me, I know you're... And it's the same guy who's giving a guided audio tour. So he's in the middle of the thing, and I'm going, I want another mulled wine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do that. So if you were sitting on this side of the boat, my God, your lucky day. You've got unlimited wine, beer, whatever you want. And then I went, I'll just have a tea. And then he was like, oh, there's no like milk or anything or sugar or anything. I was like, right, fair enough. Like, because that's an us thing.
Oh, is it?
I like having milk and tea is literally only a UK thing. Like,
Really?
anywhere else you go, it's their kind of like what? Which fair enough. I don't expect them to just bend to my culture, right? And I was like, fair enough, right? I'm not having that. I went, fuck it, give some mulled wine then, give some mulled wine. And I says it to the fella, but they're having a Keeks-mageddon. Him, the driver, and the tour guide. I'm using quotation air quotes if you're not watching this. The alleged tour guide, he kept going, it's our first day today. He would go, I have to read the notes off my phone because I haven't learned them yet. And we would get to a bit and he would go, this is, and then now when you're clearly reading a sentence for the first time ever, because then he's going, oh no, sorry, that says this word, not that word. He's going back and forth and I'm going, right, you're pissing me off. I can't see anything.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Because the driver's in my way. And look, I'm not just being a moany bastard here because I actually don't care about these things normally, but I was like, you pay extra for the unlimited drinks and I weren't getting them.
Yeah, I know.
I think it was the Stroopwafel for ants that really
set
pissed
you
me
off.
off. And then so I couldn't see it, and there was a bunch of the guy driving the boat was firing into a bunch of lassies who were sitting beside us. So we were sitting there, chopped liver, And then the drinks are down the other side. The tour guide, he's fanning into another bunch of lassies down there. And then the driver's gone, shouting his name in. It's time to talk about one of the art pieces we're going past because he keeps forgetting them. We've already passed it. Right, and he goes, that one we just passed like 2 minutes ago was this. And
that sounds like a sham.
It was a shit show.
How many drinks did you get in the end?
I had one mulled wine and one tea.
That's ridiculous.
For my unlimited drinks.
That's so ridiculous.
I couldn't get to them. I don't think anyone got their drinks worth. You know, like when we went in that boat in Croatia and it was unlimited wine, which it was.
Mm-hmm. It was unlimited wine.
And it was crazy wine, like tasting wine.
Crazy wine. But it was because they didn't let us have the wine until we were on our way back from the journey, so people would be blackout. But you could just go and get it. Like, it wasn't restricted in any way.
Aye.
So but the other one, whenever I went to that one in Amsterdam when we did the cheese and wine boat tour, the tour guide would just come and top it up like regularly and ask you if you wanted more. Than all the cheese was just laid out.
And do you know what's hard for me? Because I was on my cruise down the Danube last month.
Yes.
Not my cruise. I was just on a wee boat trip of the same variety for an hour. And it truly was unlimited booze. Go and get them. And it was Prosecco's, spritzes.
That's lovely.
Spritzes and beers. You're full whack. And I was steaming boots. But I don't take a drink. So but anyway, my trip is over. I want to hear about your Sunday afternoon you just had. And what you got up
I
to.
actually had a really nice Sunday afternoon just there. Well, I thought, because we're nearing the end of the year, I just feel like it makes sense to map out what I'm up to going into 2026. And when I want to map something out, I look to the universe, I look to the cards, I look to the tarot readers. That's my POA. So I went to the amazing tarot reader Pauline in Park Lane Market.
I keep meaning to go to that.
She's really good. It's £10 and it's essentially a donation because it's to the Greyhound Awareness League. And she's been going there for 8 years and she does that all for greyhounds.
To be aware of the dogs?
Yes.
I'm very aware.
So am I. So it's the Greyhound Awareness League.
Cute.
So you go and that's that. Right? Basically.
Fair.
That did I stutter?
You go and that's that.
So basically, I've went to her, I think a few times before. But what I think is such a nice touch about her is she has a physical, almost like file of facts. And when you tell her your name, she goes and finds the notes that she's made about you before, about what tarot spread that you pulled.
That doesn't sit well with me.
No, but remember, it's not raw dog and psychic shit. It's all based on cards. So the cards are always going to have a meaning, right? You can't, they're always going to be the meaning no matter what. And if you know the deck, then you will speak the deck. Do you know what I mean? It's not the same as a psychic where you sit down completely raw and they just start telling you things about yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like you pick the deck and then she speaks from the deck. So she gets the file out, which is lovely. And she has the last spread that you got. So my last one was September 2023. And she was like, oh yeah, there was a lot going on then, which actually looking back on the spread that I got, there was. So she was basically, all you do is you get given the deck that she works with, you shuffle yourself, you split them out into 3, and then you give them over to her and she'll pull from the deck and she'll do like a Celtic cross formation. So I can't remember exactly how many cards that is, but it's quite a big spread. So she takes you all from top to bottom and goes through your reading and stuff. So this reading for me was really positive, which I was really relieved to hear. All I really asked the deck for was just guidance. I just said, just give me some guidance, allow me to be open to my intuition. What is my intuition trying to tell me? What messages are coming in that I need to listen to? So she said my deck was very successful. She said that the general theme of it was success, which was great. And she said there was a lot of movement, a lot of energy pushing through, which was good. All good markers. She said that, what else did she say to me? She did say though that I wear an armour from past hurts and that it's good to protect yourself, but you need to leave the past in the past. And I thought, thank you, that is good. I do need to remember that sometimes. But it was all very good. I was all very happy. She said that I'm a very successful person and that the meaning of joy for me is just tranquility and everybody to be happy. And I said, that's true.
That sounds good. I feel like the thing I said at the start of that doesn't sit right with me with the file, as I thought, because I guess that would be coming at it from the wrong, like, I don't know, like a viewpoint of it that's cynical, because in my head I'm like, no, you need to prove to me that you have this special ability and you can work out things without me telling you.
She isn't like, she is working with cards, so all, like, when you know your tarot, you know what each card means. So all you're actually really doing is saying, this card just came up, and the way that the Celtic cross formation is, right, is each card that comes out is supposed to signify like the past, the present, the future, the blah blah blah. It's all like different kind of time frames. So she could just read what the card symbolizes and say, and does this represent your current situation? But you know what I mean?
Why does she look back?
Because she wants to see what cards you drew last time and see how different it is or how they inform each other.
Okay.
So this one that I drew, most of my cards were all from the major arcana, so they were all the kind of big hitters. And she said that they all spoke to each other, they all formed each other, which is nice. But it's just good to get a bit of a comparison between what type of stuff was coming up the last time and what's coming up this time. And that's why I always leave it a good bit. Even though it is very tempting to, you know, get your palm read or get your cards read or go to a psychic or whatever, quite often, because it is quite, you know, it's quite enlightening and it is quite a thrill, and you want to kind of gain more intel on yourself. I do always try and leave big chunks of time because I want there to be some sort of actual decent break or life experiences happening so that it can inform what's going on. But I'm feeling positive and motivated about it all.
Aye. Well, I'll go to one.
You should, Paul.
But I don't want to get one where I'm forced to say to them, you have studied nothing.
You're robbing us bare-arsed.
And they're got to be shy.
She's certainly not robbing anyone bare-arsed. Although I was telling my mum and dad about this when I was catching up with them. I went and met them after the reading, and obviously my dad starts trying to challenge me. I'm not challenging him, but he was just asking about it. But then I educated him very quickly. But then they told me about this guy, right, who apparently was quite prolific in Fife in like the 80s, called Leon. And he was a psychic that apparently a lot of middle-aged women would hire, and he came up from down south with a pinky ring on, and he would go to like a room in their house, and they would have like a night for Leon where everybody would come and like get wrecked, and then like have Leon tell their future. And that's exactly what I said. I mean, that sounds like the fucking dream.
Oh, can we just get one up to the house?
Get him up, literally.
Oh, we should do that.
And then they told me that apparently he was so used to getting like lambasted off these incredibly drunk women, because they would obviously freak out when they would tell them something they didn't want to hear, that he would say to them, there's a famous saying, don't shoot the messenger, and he would say that to them before they sat down.
I'm going to start using that for it, and I'm going to
we should really get a psychic night. I would love that.
If all our pals, a la the economy's shite, and a la you've studied nothing, that actually made me feel warm inside, in the same way it made me feel scared of being in a gaff like that clip, right? They're all having a blue wicked in a plastic cup. They're all done up. They've got the music on.
Yeah, they're having a night. They're having a night.
They'll hear a wee night.
We'll need to get a night.
And they'll get... That is the definition of we need a wee night.
Yeah, well, we should definitely try and sort this out.
We'll find out whose house it is, right?
It would be perfect for a Hindu.
Murray, if you listen. Yeah, it would be. I think let's get them up to a house and just have a wee situation.
Yeah.
Hey, a wee night.
Yeah, have a wee night.
And see what happens with them. Because I want... See, the best thing about that clip is the fact that they just do the readings in one of the bedrooms, and he's just the psychic in that clip's just sitting on the bed like that. And they crawl over to him basically.
No, we'd need to get a better setup for the psychic that we're going to hire.
Do you remember the bit? Sorry, I know we've spoken about this clip before from the documentary The Street, not to be confused with The Scheme, where he's trying to leave after he's been kicked out, and he just says to the woman, he went, what way are you going? Can I go in your taxi? And she went, no, I'm going this way. And he went, I can still get it. And she's like, all right, just come in.
It's a
so he
shame.
left via shared taxi.
It's a shame. It's a shame.
Are you happy about that? £20 a head. Hello.
Hello. Oh, we must watch that again.
I must say before I forget, see when I was talking about drinking a Guinness in QPC earlier, a very kind girl bought me that Guinness, and I was speaking to her and her pal. And her pal told me that she is a listener of the pod.
Oh,
so I want to tell that girl that I owe her a Guinness.
Oh, lovely.
So
How
thank
kind
you
of
for
her.
that, yeah. And I liked she was at the time I was telling her, I was like, I need to leave because I'm up early tomorrow because I've got certain guests to record podcast with, an episode that's not came out yet. And she was like, that's good insider info for a fan of the pod.
Yeah, that is actually.
But then that's when you lost your voice.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So
that was a horrible, horrible weekend.
I wasn't angry that you couldn't do that day anymore.
All right, get you.
I was in the
That was a sign
I was
from
having my I
above.
don't really drink night.
Yeah,
I
that was
actually
a sign
had
from
one
above.
Guinness. That was enough for me to feel like, I
Tip you over the
I
edge.
could take the morning off.
Yeah.
So that's all we've got time for this week on Who Agrees. But don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, where you can watch full-length episodes if you don't already. You can check us out on TikTok and Instagram. Please leave us a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. We read them and we love them.
And also remember, it is the season of giving, so don't be shy and gift someone that you love a Patreon membership. Wouldn't that be so kind and generous?
It's a beautiful Christmas
Do you know what you
present.
can do now, actually, friendly listening, for a good Christmas present? You can pay for Patreon for the whole year in one go, and you'll get 20% off.
Oh, that's so
Damn.
generous.
Well,
Bards
there
to
it
be
is.
had.
And there we have it.
Yeah.
So do that, jingle your bells, push safety bars and exit to the left. And come and see me on tour. That's another thing you can buy someone for Christmas. A lovely ticket to come see me in one of the cities around the UK and Ireland. Any of them. Thank you.
You've been listening to Who Agrees with me, Kendra McPherson.
And me, Paul Black.
And once again, a big thank you to our sponsor, Iola, who are so kindly just throwing 10% off of all these beautiful specs this festive season. So we better see even more of you with them on as those jingle bells ring.
Are you ready to jingle your bells? That's my question.
Yes, absolutely.
Well then, in that case, get to our designated link in our bio and you can get that lovely discount. You can get any pair of specs you want. Something new, something old. A khaki,
some
a Merlot.
Coopers, some Merlots.
Yeah, whatever you want. Check them out now and enjoy this Christmas.
Bye.
Bye. See you later.